Hi, this is Jeff with Simple Forex System with another video involving the Renko charting package. For those of you that are not familiar with Renko, what you're seeing right now, the red and the blue boxes that are shooting up and down across your screen, these are Renko boxes. Renko boxes take the charting information that you get from the MT4 platform and would normally demonstrate itself with candlesticks or bar charts or a line chart if you use a line chart, and instead converts that information into these Renko boxes. And simply put, what happens is when price moves up a certain number of pips, and you can choose that number yourself because you can set your Renko box size to whatever size you like, anywhere from 1 pip all the way up to 100 pips or more if that's what you want. But you set a certain box size, and when price moves up that amount of pips, for instance, in this case, these are 2 pip boxes you're looking at. When price moves 2 pips up from the last box, you get a blue box. It closes. If it moves up another 2 pips, as you can see is happening with my mouse, right here on the video, you get another box close. It moves up another 2 pips, you get a box. If price moves away from that most recent high, moves down 2 pips, and then another 2 pips down, you get another box. And that same would be true if these were 5 pip boxes or 10 pip boxes. If it was a 5 pip box, price would have to move down 5 pips and then another 5 pips in order for the new box to form. This removes all of the noise and all of the uncertainty out of your charts, out of your normal candlestick and bar charts. It doesn't. These boxes will only form when price has moved X number of pips. Like I said, in this case, 2 pips. That can happen in 2 seconds. It can happen in 2 hours. You never know. Obviously, if you're trading during a more volatile time frame, then you're going to be getting more boxes formed faster. If you're trading at 5:30 in the afternoon on Eastern time after the New York banks have closed, you can sit here and stare at a box for 20 or 30 minutes and never see a new box form. But what you don't end up with are a bunch of wicks and a bunch of noise that is hard and possibly even impossible to decipher. If you look on my website at simpleforexsystem.net, if you look down at the bottom there, you'll see a link to that website. You can click over to it. I include a chart capture, a picture of a chart, and I think it's a 15-minute chart if memory serves me correctly. And there's about an hour and a half or 2 hours worth of candles that are represented there. And basically, it's a lot of wicks on either side. And if you were just trading those charts, you would have a very difficult time trying to decide which direction the market was going to go. But underneath that chart, I put up the Renko boxes for that same time frame. And in fact, by trading the Renkos, if all you did was trade the color changes, for instance, if you're down here and you got your first box that turned blue, indicating an uptrend, if all you did was just buy when you got the first candle for the uptrend and sell when you got the first candle for the downtrend, on that chart, where we've converted the 6 or 8 15-minute candles into Renko, there were like 8 trades, which all went 8 to 10 to 12 pips for each trade. So, I mean, you could have made a ton of money trading Renko at a time when everybody else who's staring at candlesticks and bar charts is sitting there scratching their head trying to figure out what's going on. So anyway, that's what Renko charting is. This is what it looks like. What you're looking at right here are a pair of dual lines that go from lime green to magenta back to, well, there's usually some white or yellow in here. It's hard to see. It doesn't stand out very well on this chart, but then back to lime green again. These are what I call dual 50s. They're basically 50 moving averages that are set up to create a channel where you're waiting for price to reach this channel. If price breaks through the channel and you get a full candle that closes below, for instance, say like right here you close below or right here you close below, this would be the full candle below, you would sell. If you get a full candle to close above, you would buy. Now, obviously, you can see in here it doesn't work perfectly every time, and nothing does. And anybody that tries to sell you something that they say works perfectly every time is simply trying to steal your money, and you should, run screaming from them as fast as you can. So, I mean, this is not an earth-shattering perfect method, and if you're looking for one of those, you have a long search ahead of you. But what you would normally get with the 50s is they act either as a barrier to further price movement, and so you can use them as a target, or they act as sort of a springboard, and once you break through, you can get decent price movements that bounce essentially off of the 50s. In fact, earlier today, after enduring a very painful session this morning, where we spent about 30 or 45 minutes waiting for one 5-pip box to close either up or down, and it didn't do either. It just stayed in this range going nowhere. I came back today at around 1 o'clock and traded for a little while. Actually came in around 1:30, and I traded the breakdown here, which went down 4 pips. As soon as we got a box to close in the opposite direction, I closed the trade out. So essentially, I zeroed out on this trade. I got nothing for it. Up here, we had actually, no, I'm sorry, I lost 2 pips on this trade. Let me. No, I'm sorry. No. I zeroed out. I zeroed out on this trade. I'm getting confused on all the different trades I took today. I took a bunch, some of them rather ill-advised, but I zeroed out on this trade. This one was up 8 at one point, a little bit higher because price went up beyond this box, but it never went high enough to form a new box. So then it ultimately came back down and closed, and I ended up about up 4 pips minus the spread. It was 3.2 pips or something like that. On this one, we ended up selling. I think I sold right here. Actually, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Got 12 pips. I did not exit here. I actually held on, thinking that maybe we had gone up enough. I was hoping that momentum would carry us farther. It didn't. Once it came back a second time, I exited. I ended up with 8 pips on there, so I was up 12 pips on that trade. Waited a little bit longer, and about 2:30, we had a breakthrough on the 50s again. The dual 50s had turned green. It indicates an uptrend. I bought, ended up going up 20 pips, and when I actually hit 20 pips, I got out. That was enough. I was up about 12 pips already, ended up making 32 pips in about an hour and a half worth of trading. Is what it finally worked out to being, a little than an hour and a half. And other than this section right here, these trades were never really in doubt. And even when they were in doubt here, we were still up 8 pips. That's the worst it ever really got for us in terms of giving anything back. So it's the 50s are an awesome way to use as a complement to the 5-0-piv. You guys know the 5-0-piv if you've been watching the videos. I've talked about them before. It's the indicator that puts the pivot level and then support 1, 2, and 3, and also resistance 1, 2, and 3 on your charts. And today we saw those levels maintained very well. I think we hit, I think it was support 1 twice in the London session early on, and then we hit it again in the U.S. session once or twice on the euro dollar. It just was it was a rock today. We just couldn't get past it. So if you are unfamiliar with Renko and you want to learn more, as I mentioned earlier, at the bottom of the just below this video in the comment section on YouTube, you're going to find the link for simpleforexsystem.net. We have all the information on there. The dual 50s I have included. They're now on the 3rd download page. If you go to page number 1 on the download, you go to the bottom, there's a link. It'll say, go to the next page for more stuff, and you click that link. That takes you to the 2nd page, and at the bottom of page 2 is another link that says if you want even more stuff, click this link, and it takes you to page 3. On there will be a zip file. It will have the dual 50s inside there. It will also have a template. And if you will just load the template, it will automatically put the dual 50s and the 5-0-piv on your chart, assuming you've loaded both 5-0-piv and dual 50s into your custom indicator folder. So that's really all I wanted to show you. It's a great little tool, and like I said, it's not going to work perfectly every single time. Obviously, nothing ever does. There's always, every trade you take, there's a chance for loss. But if you trade these so that when you get a breakthrough on the line, you just remain in the trade until you see the first candle in the opposite color, and you're going to get a lot of 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 pip trades out of that. But every once in a while, you catch one for 20 or 25 or 30 pips, and those really make your day. but you can just grind along on a series of 4 and 6 and 8 pip winners. And if if you're like me, you have a goal for the day. I have 20 pips per session. I trade 2 sessions a day. Um, getting getting there is not really all that difficult anymore by trading these smaller boxes. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me at jeff@simpleforexsystem.net. And again, if you've already got you've already picked up the Renko package from me, this will be on the 3rd download page. If you don't have that download information anymore, just get in touch with me. Give me your name and give me an idea of when you bought it, so I can double check it against the PayPal data, and then I'll just I'll email you the download link again. You should have it bookmarked, because I'm always harping on that. Whenever right on page 1, that's the first thing I tell you to do, is bookmark it and keep it handy. But if not, don't worry about it. Just call me and I'll fire the link off to you. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back hopefully sometime soon with some updates and maybe even some more great stuff. And we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.